Hello ladies and gentlemen, Sigval Grim here, and today we're going to talk about the Book of Souls, or how I like to call it, the Book of Shit, because it's a terrible artifact for the most part. So, I couldn't wait to make this video so I can share it already, but what this does is increase the buff supply to the wearer, and at the same time increase the duration of the debuff supply to the opponent. The one that increases the duration of the buff supply to the wearer is 1000%, 100%, however you want to call it, useless. There's no way you can make any use of that. Like, the wearer that usually needs to benefit from the buffs happens to be a damage dealer, and you are going to need the damage dealing artifact on them. Not this thing. If this artifact applied to the whole team and you could like put it on the third character and those buffs would apply to all the other two characters in the team, then this would have been a pretty damn good artifact. But that's not the case. Now, the second passive will have some uses. First of all, when you think about increased duration for debuffs applied to the opponent by the wearer, you're going to think about Batman Ninja team debuffs. They also have buffs that should go well. You might think about Silver Banshee special ones. You might think about Multiverse Armor Supergirl also getting buffs herself and debuffing the opponent with a burning effect. Only it doesn't work like that. Because yet again, those are damage dealers, and since this is not support artifact, as would have been amazing if it was, and if you put it on another character it's not gonna work, it's not gonna work on them because yet again, they are damage dealers, and compared to our artifacts that are going to give them damage, this is not going to benefit them with literally anything. But there is one single team in the game and one single scenario that can make use of this, and that will be the Harper Harlequin League of Anarchy. So, there's still a little bit of a problem with that. The problem is the fact that they don't benefit from it that much. So, we got the League of Anarchy team with Arkham Knight Batman. He's supposed to inflict stuns. And you would have the Book of Souls on Arkham Knight Batman in order to get those stuns duration increased. Now, you don't really need to do that if you're using Gold Blades. If you're using Gold Blades, you're actually not gonna benefit from doing that. Because if you increase the stun duration while using Gold Blades on Harley Quinn, then she'll have to stay a bit longer in the fight. And if she stays a bit longer in the fight, then you're not going to tag in and out as often to keep the Gold Blade stacks up. And that will overall lead to pretty much the same damage you would have done even if you didn't have it. But she doesn't always use the All Blades. She sometimes uses Soul Raid specific artifacts in Rise of Krypton and in Advent of Chaos. So if you're going full artifacts, this could be an okay option for you. Or if you're playing Dawn of Apocalypse, because there the artifact bonuses don't split, so you have Powerbox on Harley and this thing on Arkham Knight Batman. But even in this very, very specific scenario of a very, very specific theme in a very, very specific scenario itself, it's not gonna do that much. Like, mine is level 1, but at level 10 is going to increase the duration of debuffs by 30%. And if we take a look back over here at Arkham Knight Batman Special 2, we're going to quickly notice the fact that 30% out of this whole duration, it ain't much. As far as my maths go, it's not even 2 seconds. So yes, this book is still most likely worth using on the League of Anarchy team when you're in those specific situations that I mentioned, like with full Rise of Krypton artifacts or playing in Dawn of Apocalypse, maybe, but other than that, it's totally useless. And even in those scenarios, you most likely are going to benefit a bit more in Dawn of Apocalypse at the very least from having a Radiant on Arkham Knight Batman, because that way you also increase his damage and he's going to inflict armor reduction on the enemy. And you might be like, yes, but you have armor pierce on Harley's basic attacks. That does not apply to swipe attacks, so you might still be better off that way. But overall, this is a shit artifact. Sorry to break it down to you, but it's I don't think it's the worst still, because we got a lot of terrible artifacts in the with the Advent of Chaos, but it's definitely one of the worst artifacts. So yeah, all that being said, thank you so much for watching. Please do like, subscribe, and share if you enjoyed this video. Dislike if you dislike it. All that being said, I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.